And somebody who's just came back from America is George Kennedy.
Hi, Steve.
Good morning, George. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Not too bad. And I'm quite jealous that you've seen all these photos of yourself in America. You had a good time?
Oh, it was a lifetime experience. It was absolutely wonderful. Great.
Were you on holiday, or was it just where you were actually playing across town?
We've done a few gigs while out there, just kind of acoustic stuff, but then went and seen all the sites like Graceland, which is like amazing to me. It's like the place.
Yeah, I've seen you
being a big Elvis fan and everything. So.
Yeah, standing in front of the house, you know, I was like,
this is my house. I wish.
Yeah, me too. So thanks very much for coming in today to help celebrate TD1.
Yeah, congratulations. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
And you were here 3 years ago. Can you quite believe it?
I know. I was saying to Dave outside, I was like, I can't believe it's been 3 years. It's just been so long.
Yeah, indeed. And so how long, obviously you're in to play a number for us today, and also we're going to play a couple of tracks from your new album. So how long have you had an interest in the music industry? Is it
just since birth? I came out singing and dancing. No. Well, my dad used to play, like, set his stuff up in the living room, and we used to just listen to country music all the time, so I mean it's always been a part of like my career as well, just listening to music.
And so you've obviously, you mentioned there the Elvis as well, but who else?
Did you like that?
I liked that. Yeah,
cool.
that was quite quick. I was impressed. You should be a radio presenter.
It's not like me.
So apart from Elvis, who are your musical influences?
You know, I just like I like anything that's good music. I mean, right now I like C6 Steve, which is like Mississippi Blues, and I like, you know, the current chart stuff. Just anything. I mean, I even listen to classical sometimes. So
you'll be jumping for joy to hear that S Club 7 are talking about reunion.
That is like the best news. That's made my day.
Yeah,
honestly.
as much as it was when you heard about Steps.
I didn't even know about S Club 7, to be honest.
No, well, I just found out the other day, and I thought, that's going to be something that I'll not be following. So you've got I've noticed on your Facebook page you're just short of 1,000 fans, which is amazing. And so you've obviously got a massive fan base now. Have you got your own groupies that follow you around to different gigs?
Apart from yourself, Steve.
Yeah.
We do have, I mean, it's not a massive amount of fans, but I mean, they're all really loyal. They're the best fans I could ever have. I mean, they're great. And it's like, we do have, when I go to certain areas, they do have a following. So I mean, it's brilliant, and it's good to know I've got them.
Yeah, and you're about to release your first album. Can you tell us what we can expect to hear on it? Or is it all a secret?
Well, it's mainly songs, but I mean, no, it's I mean, it's been a lifetime kind of like ambition of mine to get my own album and do my own music. So it's like, I wrote these songs, and no one could actually like get the correct sound that I wanted. So met my producer Greg Friel, Freelance Music in Glasgow, and basically started recording with him, and it was like straight away we just had the chemistry, and just bang, it was like done all these great songs. Also inventing some new stuff as well.
Wow. And yeah, it was only about a few months ago that I actually ventured onto your website, and apart from the amazing intro you've got on your website, which I would
it's really quite subtle, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd encourage people to go and check it out. It's absolutely amazing, and we'll give out the website later on. But yeah, the website's fantastic. Obviously you've got your background music, obviously some of your new tracks coming out as well.
Yeah.
But today you're going to play us a wee acoustic number.
I'm going to try and play it.
And can you tell us a little bit about this song, what it's called?
Well, this is a song from the album. I mean, I've got the EP out just now, but I thought this is the only song I can really play on guitar. And you know, I played guitar about 3 years ago when I came in here.
Okay.
And I've still not got any better. But
well, it's over to you, George Kennedy, on TD1 Radio.
This is Streets of Suburbia, Part 2.
The streets of suburbia are quiet now, and the light has turned to dust. No one could foretell the things that happened here, but in my mind I know I trust. As my head bleeds some kind of dry emotion, I can tell it was never meant to last. Put a stop sign in the way of destruction. Close the door and leave it to the past. Leave it to the past. As I stroll through the bed of broken landscapes, where time has surrendered now to fame. Oh, life continues to deliver memories, even though it's much too late. Daisy had a chance on the battlefield, but it just wasn't meant to be. Too many souls lost in translation, too many bitter hearts along the way. Oh, along the way. High in the stars tonight, although you've been gone for just a while. The pain is still here and it holds me tight within its grasp. I bet to feel there once was a saying many years ago, the time will be kind and spare us all. But too many people took it for granted as the sky up above began to fall. Oh, began to fall. Began to fall. So lonely without you.
Wow, well done.
Thank you.
Fantastic. And that's going to appear on your album.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the last tracks I wrote. I think it was last July I wrote that song.
Wow. And do you have any sort of specific place you need to be when you write your music, or is it?
No, I mean it's really strange. I mean it's the same with a lot of songwriters. I'll wake up in the middle of the night, or I'll be sitting there in my bed and I'll be like, come up with a line, and I'll save it on my phone, and then the next morning I'll wake up and it'll be like, it just builds from there. But I mean it just happens. I mean I go through stages where I don't write anything and it's like a block. Mm-hmm. And then I'll have times where it's like I can't stop.
Yes, and so like many other talented folk around here, they've been launched from TV talent shows, i.e. X Factor or Britain's Got Talent. Is that something that you would venture into, or are you just taking a sort of clear swoop of that one?
There's a lot of people at my gigs come up to me and are like, oh, you should go in for X Factor. And I mean, I know they're thinking, they're thinking okay, but I mean, I just think it's a farce to me. I mean, I don't think it's a good way to do it. I mean, I want to have a career that's quite long, and credible. Yes. But I mean, there is good talent. It is a good platform for people who might not get seen.
And you don't want to be answerable to Simon Cowell, do you? No,
I mean, he's a nice guy.
And obviously we mentioned earlier on, you last came to TD1 Radio 3 years ago, just after we were launched. So in a wee bit of a nutshell, what have you been up to since then?
Whoa, 3 years. I mean, well, the main thing is just recording the album, man. I got that going about a couple of years ago. So, I mean, it's been a lot of work. And a lot of money as well. And dedication. So, I mean, we've been doing that.
And you mentioned obviously we're in America, but do you have any plans to take your music abroad to elsewhere?
I think, I want to conquer the UK first, I think. And maybe try maybe Liechtenstein and places like that first. Smaller nations. And
obviously we've got a lot of young folk out there who are trying to break into the music industry, and they've just not got this sort of platform to go onto it. So what words of advice do you have for any young folk listening who would like to get into the music industry?
God, that makes me feel old, man. Well, basically, just, one thing I've always said to myself is you've got to enjoy what you do, and you have fun and enjoy the music. Because, I mean, the minute it starts becoming a chore, don't do it, because, I mean, it's no good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but yeah, just, I mean, there's a lot of, I don't know how to describe it, but the music industry is very hard.
Yeah,
so, I mean, it depends what level you want to. If you want to go all the way, I mean, you've got to be dedicated, and you've got to commit fully to it.
Like yourself, obviously, you're on it pretty much 24 hours a day near enough.
Yeah, following the dream.
Which is absolutely fantastic. And obviously, last time you were here, you lived in Ulster, but now you've moved away up to Dunfermline now.
Dunfermline, man. Yeah.
Part of the Fifers.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Say something about it. Yeah.
Yes. Currently, obviously, I was up in Fife a few years ago and moved away, and then I seen sense and came back home again.
I know.
Never like the borders, is there?
Oh, it's nice to come home. I mean, I'm down here quite often at my parents and stuff. So I mean, it's nice. I love the peace and quiet down here.
Yes.
But I mean,
don't get in Dunfermline, do you?
No. But I mean, it's a good base for me. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to play this next song, another one from, is it the title track from your album Rise of the Fanatics?
Yeah, it's a lovely quiet song.
Yes.
It's a ballad.
Yes, you might need to turn your radio up just to actually hear this one.
Pump it up.
Yeah. One of my favourite songs from it that I've heard from yours so far, and this is Rise of the Fanatics. Absolutely brilliant, John.
Where do we go? Where do we go? Waiting for a mass evacuation. You tomorrow. I'm climbing up an endless wall. Government will rise and fall. Fill my heart with gasoline. Light it up. We'll take you to the promised land. All you need is in your hand. Lock and load your magazine. Fire it up. I can give you what you need. We have the power to succeed. We are what leaders we can follow. We are nations built to last. From the ashes of the past, nothing left to steal or borrow. Rise to the fanatics. Rise to the fanatics. Rise to the fanatics. What a sort of new religion. Born to follow, born to follow. Sick to death of political rejection. What do we know? What do we know? Running from an atom bomb. It's for real but not for long. Devils in the chemistry. Light it up. Don't need your bullshit therapy. Vigilante remedy. Fill my heart with history. Fire it up. I can give you what you need. We have the power to succeed. We are what leaders we can follow. We are nations built to last. From the ashes of the past, nothing left to steal or borrow. Rise to the fanatics. Rise to the fanatics. Rise to the fanatics. Rise up, rise up.
The words of falling government.
Rise up, rise up.
Teaching the establishment.
Rise up, rise up.
I will stand alone again.
Rise up.
Waiting for us what to do.
Climbing up an endless wall. Government will rise and fall. Fill my heart with gasoline. Rise up and from an atom bomb. It's for real but not for long. Devils in the chemistry. I can give you what you need. We
rock out to that one, man. And definitely, you should send that to Guitar Hero and get that put on Guitar Hero, because that's one of the ones.
There's an idea. Yeah,
I would love to do that on Guitar Hero. The only one that I can actually do quite well is probably the Through the Fire and Rain, and on easy.
On easy, that's probably what I can do as well.
And most folks say, "Oh, you can because you can play the guitar, you can do Guitar Hero," but it doesn't work that way. And so we're going to come back to you just after a wee message from the Rock Show, believe it or not, and we'll be back with George Kennedy right after this.
TD1 Radio is 3 years old, and we couldn't have done it without you. Thanks for listening, and here's to many more years providing great community radio.
And somebody who was here at pretty much the start was George Kennedy, who's still in the studio with me right now. And I'll be tuning into the Rock Show later on, because he's got 4 hours on the Rock Show tonight.
Awesome.
4 hours of great rock tunes coming from Giz and George later on, which will be absolutely fantastic. They usually play some great belters of tunes as well.
All the classics.
But I just heard on the news as well that apparently you're more likely to have road rage if you're out and about in the car listening to rock and R&B. Which I can't say. I used to listen to rock all the time, and I never ever once shouted at the person who smashed into the back of me.
Really?
Much.
Yeah. Well.
But so, how long does it usually take, obviously, as you mentioned, from writing any music to the song being recorded and ready for folk to enjoy? Is it a procedure that you just sort of write things down and then eventually you'll get down to recording it, or do you just as soon as you get a song, that was you right into the studio?
I mean, when I went into the studio, I kind of had a kind of collection of songs. And I took them in and basically sat down and maybe added to it, or maybe said we can do this differently. And we also wrote stuff there and then. I mean, we'd just be sitting in the studio and Greg would play a riff and be like, that's really cool. And so basically it went from there.
Yes, and obviously when can we expect to see the album out and for release?
Well, we're doing a lot of promotion stuff just now, so I mean, hopefully in 2012 we should get somewhere.
Yes, so people can come onto your website and listen to your some of your stuff. What's your website address?
It's www.officialgeorgekennedy.co.uk.
And you can also check him out on Facebook as well. Sent the post up on the link for Facebook, your page on there.
Cool.
As well. So, finally though, you have been for quite a while now involved and as a patron of Borders, Asperger's and Autism Group Support.
Yeah.
It must be really rewarding being such of a great local charity.
It's great. I mean, the guys are absolutely awesome. I mean, we've done I've done a marathon for them, I've done a couple of gigs, and it's great to help other people. Yeah,
and the marathon you mentioned earlier on, but you told me that you'd never done any training for it before.
No, well, it was I kind of booked the marathon in about, say, January, and it was in October. So I thought, plenty of time to do some training. So it got closer and closer. I was like, I really must get my ass in gear here. So, it was the night before, I'd done about 7 miles. I was absolutely knackered, and I was like, how am I going to... And I was on Google, at midnight, and I was typing in, can you run a marathon without training? And everyone's saying on the forums, oh no, you can't, you'll die. So basically I went there and I was like, oh god, but I ran the whole thing, and I couldn't stop when I actually went past the finish line. My legs were just
you just
keeping on going.
Belly Forrest Gump just kept on going.
Run, Forrest.
And so obviously I'm hopefully going to be starting training for next year's walk, which is again in need of bags, and obviously they've just been handed a £6,000 cheque from the World According to Cody as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So that's going towards them getting their new carer van in Berwick, the holiday park in Berwick, I believe.
That's right, yeah, we've done some work before for a carer van down there. Done a few gigs to raise some cash for that, so it's a great cause.
And Rodell is listening from Borders, Asperger's and Autism Group Support, so
hi Rodell. Good
morning Rodell, I hope you're well today. And again, thanks very much for joining me in the studio today.
Honestly, thanks, and congratulations to TD1. I mean, it's great. 3 years, I mean, it's just went so fast.
It has, actually.
And you're doing great.
Yeah, I was actually staying in Fife at the time, and I heard of this new radio station opening in the Borders, and I was like, ooh, intrigued. Definitely. Well, I'll let you introduce the last one for us, and let you play it out with your final song.
Okay, thanks very much for having me, everyone. Take care, and this is Voices in My Head.
stay with me through a dark reality. Open up your weary eyes and see the lies. It's a long way up and I am falling down. It seems impossible to keep my feet on the ground. Clear the dust from down the line. Find a moment, vacant mind. Broken pieces fade away, learning to let go. So many dreams we lost and words we never said. I still hear voices in my head. Find a light through shattered glass, silhouettes from the past. Shadows fall to hide the tears through the lonely, lonely years. It's a long way up and I am falling down. It seems impossible to keep my feet on the ground. Clear the dust from down the line. Find a moment, make it mine. Broken pieces fade away, learning to let go. So many dreams we lost and words we never said. I still hear voices in my head. Voices in my head. So many dreams we lost and words we never said. I still hear voices in my head. Voices in my head. Voices in my head.
Playing the best music in the morning. Steve Paterson on TD1 Radio.